Hello, students. Michaela?
Yeah, Luke's here.
Okay.
He was walking up the stairs when I went down.
Up the stairs? I'm on the bottom floor.
Yeah, he still had his backpack on.
Oh, gotcha. Stop by his locker. That makes sense. Did I write him to detention, Michaela?
Sure.
Will he cry? You don't know? So it's a possibility, you're saying. Alright. Fair enough. My infinite wisdom, I will mark him present. Who hurt you? The moon? You dare bring the moon into my classroom?
That's going to roll.
Yes, you may.
Part of our brain?
Yeah, but you can't really rule them up for speech. They'll look really bad.
That's right. Your speech is about the moon. Is it how we have to destroy it? Hello. We're going to finish up these notes, and then we're going to look at a little worky sheety, and we're going to call it a day. Color. Woo! All these are uploaded on the Google Class, so if you want to look at them in color, you can go on there and check them out. They're notes number 8. Slope formula in the equation of lines, or something along those lines. Shut up. Last we left off, we talked about parallel lines and how they have the same slope, and how perpendicular lines have completely different slopes. And the relationship there is that you flip them, reciprocal, right, and then negate it. Negate meaning to change the sign. Now, why is negation changing the sign? You'd think negation means make it negative, but you'd be wrong. You'd be wrong. When we negate something, what we're really doing is multiplying, or dividing, if you will, by -1, because multiplication and division are really just the same thing. Division is just multiplication down on the bottom. And here's what I mean by that. It's the same thing as 2 divided by 3. I can't believe I just used that symbol. Disgusting. Again, multiplication done on the bottom, same thing as division, right? We multiply on the bottom, and we get 2/3, right? Which is what 2 divided by 3 is anyway. So the same crap. So when we say to negate something, what we're saying is, look, here's a number, 5. We're going to multiply it by -1, or divide it by -1 again, what have you. And yes, it does make it negative, right? That is negation. Okay? But it is also true that if we negate a -5, that'll come out positive. So really what negation means is we change the sign. That's it. That's all a negative means, right? It means undo, or change the sign from what it was before. You gotta get that checked out.
Yeah.
All right. I missed. It was close though. Alley-oop.
Oh, bucket.
Enough. Stop. Okay. So perpendicular slope is flipped and negated. Change the sign, flip it. Couldn't be more different, right? We have an original slope like this. The exact opposite slope would be this, and that's what makes it perpendicular. Make the slopes super different. For instance, here's a line. It has a slope of 5/3, right? Or 3/5, sorry. Rise over run. Rise goes on top. Okay. This one, we flip it and negate it. Ta-da. True or false? You like that color? Wow, Mom. Wow. Who's Miss Smith? True or false? Why? It's not enough to say true or false. Explain why.
It doesn't really matter where you put like the negative sign.
He says it doesn't matter where you put the negative sign, but why? Nolan. Yes, they do. My question is why? That's beautiful. Guys, check it out. So listen to this logic. Negative 3 divided by 5. We have a negative divided by a positive, which is going to give us a negative answer, right? So that's going to turn out negative. 3 divided by negative 5. Again, a positive divided by a negative is going to give us a negative, right? So a negative answer. And this is itself a negative answer. And so if we remove the negative signs, because we've already thought about them, right? Aren't these all the same thing? Right? It's all the same dumb crap. Now, what does this mean visually, geometrically? Well, if we have a line with a slope of 3/5, negative 3/5, I should say, that's going to look like this. We go down 3 for this one, right? So I'm going to start at 0 just to make it easy. Actually, you know what? Let's start here. Let's start here. We're going to go down 3. 1, 2, 3. So that's down 3. And we're supposed to go to the right 5. That's what that means, right? Rise over run. So there's our slope, which means our line when we draw it, which I will do in purple. What? Range I have here. Okay? You may think you're safe, but you're not. All right. And we're back. So I made my line. There's the slope. Notice that this is negative 3 over 5. So we did what this one said, right? I went down 3 and then to the right 5. If I had done this, up 3, right? Going from the same point. And this says to the left 5. We end up getting the same line, don't we? Another way to think of it is this. This means do either. Doesn't matter. Just pick one. Now, is that the same thing as any of these guys?
No.
No, and we know that because a negative divided by negative is a what? Good, right? Right when we negate something, negative 3 is already negative, right? And we're negating it by dividing it by another negative, right? That means change the sign. So what ends up is we get a positive answer. So these are different, and I can prove that to you visually. Yawning in math class, Taylor. It's okay, Taylor. All right. If I had gone down 3, like it says here, and then left 5, would I have ended up in the same line? No. Absolutely not. I would not have. Let's make a line that's parallel to this one. How would I do that? And by parallel, I mean perpendicular is what I meant. Perpendicular. Let's make a line that's perpendicular.
Just draw one straight through the middle of the line.
Yeah, but like
Yes,
at the same angle. So I had to get out my protractor and figure out what 90 degrees is. There it is. There's a way to do it without that, but you're right. That would be one way to do it. Yeah.
Draw a line through it that not really intersect like a 2, like plus 3, plus 3.
Like here? I can do that, but I can draw a perpendicular line anywhere, right? I could put my protractor here, and I could draw a perpendicular line there. So the intersection point doesn't matter. It's what angle they hit at, right? So how do I make sure it's 90 degrees without using a protractor? Make it a straight line. That's a good idea. We wouldn't want it to be curved. Reverse the slope. So flip it, reciprocate it, right? And then what? Negate it. Yeah, flip it and negate it. So our regular slope is this, right? So our perpendicular slope is going to be this flipped and then negated. Now if not, I negate this, is it going to be positive or negative? It's going to be positive, right? It means change the sign. So I leave it like that. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to rise 5. It doesn't matter where I do this from. I'm actually going to do it from a different point because I've already got stuff kind of going on here. I'm going to make a perpendicular line starting from this point. That's going to be the point of intersection. Again, I can choose wherever to intersect. I'm going to go up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm going to go to the right 3. So I'm going to do the same thing that I did here. I'm going to still go to the right, but I'm only going to go 3. So that gives me my next point. And if I connect those two, I will have a perfectly 90-degree intersection. Michaela, what color should this line be?
Orange.
Orange. Very good choice. We have 2 oranges. We have the darker orange and we have the lighter orange. Which one do you prefer?
Light.
I knew it. We also have sherbet.
I like sherbet.
I knew it. Oh man, it's old. I hate when that happens. When I go see, oh no. Well, just like my dog. Oh man. And also just like my dog, we botched the death. All right. You want to know a really awful, terrible story?
Oh no.
Okay. Wasn't my dog. Okay. Someone else's dog. We took him into the vet. Had to put him down, right? Holding him. They're crying. They're saying goodbye. They go to do the injection, and they didn't insert it correctly. And so when they pushed down the plunger, it actually sprayed everywhere and got in the person's eyes. Yeah. Yeah.
Did the dog live?
And in their mouth. No, the dog did not live. They just got another syringe and did it again, right? But like, yeah. Yikes, right? They're crying. Now they've got like death serum in their mouth, and they're like, "Am I gonna die?" Right? It was interesting to behold. What? Right, plot twist. You going with them, right? No. Let's check if this is 90. Hi. Yeah, checks out, right? Enough. I order them off Amazon because they are a necessary evil in this capitalist society. But we should work very hard to dismantle them.
I know. I just kind of like them.
Yeah.
I want some.
You should get some.
Yeah.
They're nice. Although, I go through so many, and it's usually like the main colors. Like you can see I have lots of yellows left over. Here, have a yellow. I don't need yellows. They don't write very well or show up on the screen, so I don't use them very much. And then the black ones I go through super, super fast. Right? But yeah, it's like $24 every 2 weeks to resupply this.
What happened to your contacts?
Well, I only had a couple. I have to order some more. That was just the trial pair to make sure they didn't screw up or anything. And of course, like I had allergies 2 days ago and had a bump, and I had to cover up my eye. Remember that?
Did you have like dailies then?
I do. Yeah, the super expensive, ridiculous ones, right? The ones you have to throw away after every day. I don't throw them away after every day.
My mom doesn't either, and she has 16 months left.
Can I go to the bathroom?
Not in here. So, slope formula. How to figure out the slope? Well, here's the idea. When I say slope, what do you think of? Tell me what you think of. Tell me what you think of. Tell me what you think of. We're gonna make a collage, a slope collage. Isn't that fun? You know what a collage is, right?
Yeah, it's one of those. Like skiing.
Yeah. Like skiing.
Yeah, like the slope that you go down.
Snowy hills.
Oh, I said, do you know what a collage is? And you said, like, skiing. And I was like, I'm interested. Yes, so skiing, slope, skiing. Did you guys watch a video with a skier to learn about slope in middle school? Good. We're not watching that. It's not happening, okay?
I feel like you low-key want to watch it because you brought it up.
I don't, actually. I was just curious if that was a thing lots of people do, and if they do, those people need to be put asleep. So. All right.
Can we watch this?
No.
Why?
What's so bad?
Oh, I see you have.
Skiing. What else do you think of when I say slope?
Can we watch the video of the squirrel that watched?
No.
Yeah.
That's a great.
The
Yes,
water skiing.
that is a great.
Twiggy the water skiing squirrel.
No. Shut up.
Thank you guys.
Yes.
For real?
Yeah.
I don't want to just take your.
You can keep it.
Sharpies. You pinky promise?
Jenna, shut up.
Oh.
Hills.
This is not going where I want it to go.
Buckets.
All right. Oh boy. All right. We're very touchy-feely right now. All right, so slope. How about M for the symbol for slope? Look, it's like two hills. I just noticed. Oh, isn't that great? Little slaloms for you because you like skiing. Where do you go skiing?
I can't see.
You can't.
I've
You've never been?
been?
Field trip. We're gonna learn about slope, right?
We should.
All right.
No.
We could rent a bus.
I would be really bad
What is slope?
at
See, that's how I should have asked it. See, man. See, when you do performance art, right, you have to make sure when you ask a question, you're asking in a way that demands that they answer it in the right way, right? It inserts a way of thinking in your brain. If I ask you, what is slope? You're more likely to say rise over run, which is what I really want. If I say, what do you think of? You're going to say, like, skiing, right? Which is fine and totally valid. Yes.
Oh, I was going to say the formula. I was going to say y2 minus y1 over x3 minus
Yeah, but, like, no one knows what that means. What does that mean?
Okay, sorry.
No, it's okay.
It means
Like, you're absolutely right, but, like, let's talk about what it means. It's kind of like when we did midpoint, right? Average of the x, average of the y's. That makes sense, right? Where the formula comes from. If you just say x2 plus x1 divided by 2, it just means a bunch of mumbo jumbo, right? So tell me what rise over run means. What about the points?
We gotta go over.
So it's the change between the 2 points, right? Like what the difference is between them. So we have the change. We're going to learn a little Greek symbols today. That's delta, okay? Lowercase delta. Delta means change in mathematics. It's not a variable.
We know
It's
that in chemistry.
Chemistry.
dope. You got a good chem teacher. Hey, you're speaking of evil. Unless it's about me. Okay? So delta means change. The rise is the change. Now, what kind of change is it? What kind of change is the rise? Vertical. Which variable deals with, well, actually, you know what? Let's just write it like that. We have vertical change. And then we have on the bottom, what do we have? Horizontal change. Good. Now, another way to write that, what variables deal with vertical change?
Okay, she asked me to do it.
I don't know what you just did, but I don't approve. All right. Nope. Keep it a mystery. Some things just aren't meant to be said. All right. Why? I ask the questions. The y variable. And the x variable. So change in y, change in x. Now change, if I'm standing on 6 and I walk to 10, how far have I gone? 4. And you figured that out because 6 to 10 is 4. In other words, 10 minus 6 is 4, right? So subtraction is not only distance in this class, but is also change. So that's where this formula comes from. Where you started, where you end up. I started on 6, I went to 10, right? But to figure out how far I went, I had to do 10 minus 4, right? Same thing with the x's. Now, you can write this out, or you can do it in your head. What's an integer? A whole number? Whole number is a different set, but there is a connection between the whole numbers and the integers.
It's like a number without a
That's right, yeah. Pretty much. So any whole number, that's either negative or positive, right?
Yeah.
So the whole numbers and their flip. Very good. So when I ask for a whole number, or I'm sorry, an integer, Bo, give me an integer.
-1.
-1. Good choice. Taylor, give me another integer.
5.
Riley, give me another integer. 4. Jenna, give me another integer. 8. All right, so we're going to say that's our x1, x2, or I'm sorry, x1, y1. And that's our x2, y2, meaning this is our start, this is where we're going, right? I want to find the slope between those 2 points. So there's 2 points on a map, right? We're trying to figure the angle between them, right? The slope of the line that connects them. So we can either write this out or we can do it in our head. Now we're starting here, we're ending up there. I'm going to go from here to there because that's what the formula says. I like doing y2 and x2 first because that's what most formulas say. Sometimes it matters, sometimes it doesn't. This one won't matter, but I like being in the habit of that. That way when it does matter, I don't go, wait, why are my answers all wrong, right? So, especially when you take Algebra 2, that's going to be really important. So I would get in the habit of doing y2 first. So the change between 8 and 5. If I'm on 8 and I went to 5, what did I do? If I'm on 8 and I went to 5, what did I do? I went down 3. If I'm on 4 and I went to -1, what did I do? Down 5. Now there's an easier way to write that. They're both the same thing. It depends on where you start, how you look at it, right? So that's our slope. You don't need to write this out every time. In fact, if you write it out, I bet you'll end up having that minus there. And when you plug in -1 here, you'll probably just do 4 minus 1 instead of 4 minus -1, right? You'll forget to wrap it and subtract a safe x. So do it in your head. Think about what it means. The change in y, change of x. How did we change between these points? Let's do it again. Taylor, why are you laughing? Why do you have that look on your face right now? You seem distraught. Are you distraught? Yes? I'm sorry. Can I help? All right, Jerica, you have to help her. Distraught means upset.
Oh, no, I'm fine.
Oh. All right. Michaela, give me an integer.
6.
Good choice. Lainey, give me an integer.
12.
Whoa. Big numbers. Guitar, give me an integer.
2.
Chloe,
7.
keep it positive. See, they're worried about you. All right. Let's find the change. Vertical change. We're going from 7 to 12. What happened? We went up 5. 7 minus 12 be -5. Why do we get +5 here? I don't know. It's probably fine. 2 to 6. What happened? I went up 4. So 5/4. Now wait a minute. If I had plugged this in the formula, I would have gotten 7 minus 12, right? And I would have gotten 2 minus 6. 7 minus 12 is -5. 2 minus 6 is negative. Oh, they're the same. They're the same thing, right? Cool. Awesome. Fantastic. Great. This is your homework. Yeah, we'll do it tomorrow. Who cares? No. Yeah, quiz review tomorrow. Which will be the homework. It'll be fine.
Mr. Mack, I'm getting another Pearson on Friday.
Exciting.